This video is made for adult collectors because bro is a psychopath. That's not right. That's Cogman. So going in tandem with what Wednesday's video was, this is technically the companion piece to the weird Nitro Zeus Headmaster gimmick. This is another one of those videos that I made like 6 years ago that is shit, so I'm doing it again. So Cogman was mentioned as a headmaster in the film.
He is a headmaster, very rare breed.
Apparently, and I don't know how true this is, but apparently at the end of the film, there was going to be a bit where Cogman was going to take over Nitro Zeus's dead body and save the humans at the end, but they didn't end up doing that. But it made it into the toys. So I'm in the middle of shooting this and this arrived. Magmatron. And also, on a technicality, this is Cogman. It's a Titan Master figure, and it is all gray. All of the paint budget went into the bigger head mode, but like, that's how most people are going to display the toy, so like, I don't care that it's this plain. He does come with a massive accessory though, an Aston Martin DB11, and it looks epic. It's gray, but the pigment in the plastic kind of mimics the plain grayish silver that the car was in the movie, and the matte black roof is just so nice. I'm usually not a fan of Aston Martins. I think their shapes are a bit eh, but the DB11 is one of the ones that I really do like. The gray paint matching is pretty damn good. The headlights are clear inserts, and they painted all of the rims. They even picked out the taillights, and there are tiny Aston Martin logos on the front and the back. I love that. And opening the canopy, you have that's right, two seats. I love that. I don't think there are many Titan Master Deluxes, or any, I think, actually, now that I'm sitting here contemplating it, that can fit two people. And seeing as this is a sports car, that kind of works so well because most of the time they are two-seaters, even though I believe this one has back seats that no human can fit in. Getting the Titan Master in there, though, can be a bit of a faff, but once it's all set up, it looks so cool. And the sword store's at the bottom, which is very nice. But now enough car, let's make it a robot. So Cogman has your standard sort of car transformation, but there's a couple little things that it does that are just neat, which is why I really like, because I really like this toy. I think this toy is awesome. But to start with, we're going to remove, Cogman fell out, and remove the weird Cerebros that comes with Bump of Chicken Bumblebee. Titan Masters, yay, okay. Close up the windshield. Now we have the car basically prepped. So we're going to remove the sword first, just pegs in under here. And then we're going to close the crotch up so that he stops exposing himself. Then what we're going to do is bring the top up, bring out the back, collapse it in like that, and there we have the backpack kind of just sort of done. Now let me raise the camera up. Oops, up, there we go. Now what we're going to do is take the front bumper section and fold it out and just sort of extend it up like that. And then we're going to split the legs, open this section up, fold the foot forward first, and then fold this panel in. If you do it the other way around, it's not going to work. Then you close this up, turn it around, do the same on this side. There we go. And that's the legs done. Now we're going to take the arms and bring them down. With this, we're going to take the bumper section, fold it in, rotate it 180 degrees and compress it back like that. And then we can fold up the backpack and keep it all nice and flush on the back there. Fold the chest plate down, which is on a friction hinge. So on this particular copy, this comes off a lot. On my original, it did not. So yeah, there you go. Bend the elbows, bring out the hands, close up the panel at the back. Do that on both sides. And there you have Cogman ready to go. So we're going to take the Headmaster, fold it up as you would a Headmaster, and then plug it in on top. And there you have the robot mode. Pretty simple transformation to do, but I like doing it back and forth. It's very fun. It's very solid. Nothing's like loose and floppy or anything like that. Like not even the backpack. Like everything, both my copies of Cogman were like that. They were just nice and solid little car formers. And he's just fun. I like that. He has no heels. I'm just gonna get that out of the way right now. He has no heels, and it is kind of a pain. Other than that, though, this is like probably one of my favorite deluxes post Dark of the Moon pre-studio series, like in that weird time frame. He just works so well. He does the typical car roof fold on the back shit, but it compacts and is stable enough
to stay there. I have a lot of figures, even Studio Series ones where like stuff just flops back there. I really like this random black wash they did all over the toy. It's not in some places, so it looks pretty broken up, but like they never do washes. It's so strange, but I'm kind of here for it. Also, this is where most of the Titan Masters paint went. It's such a detailed head sculpt for a deluxe. Like, there's so much going on there, and that wash helps really bring out all of those tiny clockwork details that Cogman had. Love the bits of gold on this dude, and again, the clockwork on the stomach and his chest. You can really see it in his chest. It's very nice. The thighs, though, are crying for a little bit more detail. Like, they just needed a little bit of paint. They're so bland looking. He does come with a sword, which looks a lot like Cade's sword from the film, the one he uses for 5 seconds yet carries around with him the whole time. It's such a strange plot piece. And the plastic, it feels not bad for 2014, 2017 plastic. Like, it was always a bit flaky feeling back then, but this doesn't feel as flaky as that. Like, it does feel a little bit better than Nitro Zeus, but he does have 2017 articulation, though he does something I wish more sword wielders would do.
So Cogman's articulation, much like Nitro Zeus's that we looked at Wednesday, is very 2017. But there's one thing he does that I wish more sword wielders could do. So you got the head, can rotate left and right. It can tilt slightly. It's a Headmaster, so it's on a ball joint. You got ball joint at the shoulders. They can go out that far, but if you use the transformation hinge, they can go out even further. The shoulder pads can move, so you can position them pretty much however you want. I just like them down. You do have 90 degree bend at the elbow. You have bicep rotation. And then the cool sword thing. So, you can put the sword in his hand, and he doesn't have a wrist swivel, which is unfortunate. However, if you open this panel up, you can point the sword forward. I like this. I wish more sword transformers could point their swords forward like that, so it looks like they're ready to fight. That's a cool piece of articulation. I like that. Nothing at the waist due to the way the crotch has to compress. I thought he had a piston in there for a minute. I was about to be like, oh boy. Anyways, hips can go forward, they can go back, they can go out about that far. You have above the knee rotation that rotates at a weird angle just due to how like the seats need to be constructed, because these are the seats in alt mode. You have very stiff, there we go, 90 degree bend at the knee. They click into place. I don't know why, but you know, you have a 90 degree bend at the knee, and then the toes can point forward, and that's it. So no ankle tilt, no wrist swivels, no waist joint, but you know, 2017, that wasn't exactly the standard back then, but it's still pretty nice. I love this. This like sword pointing thing, because you can get him to look super dynamic with the sword point. Just get him balanced there. There we go. And because he's pointing the sword at you, it looks like he's ready to fight. That's so cool. And then obviously, just quickly pop that off, put this there. There you have, Cogman's head doesn't want to fit properly on Nitro Zeus's body, but there's that. But I've never actually done this before. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's kind of funny. I like that. But yes, there you go. That was supposed to, not that, but that was supposed to happen in the film and it never did. That's really small. That's very small on that head.
So yes, I like this a lot, and I was able to pick up this copy from my local shop for about 20 bucks because I got rid of the old one ages ago. But I recommend this or the Studio Series one. Seeing as they made a Studio Series one already, I doubt they will revisit the character anytime soon. So getting one of them would probably be a good idea, especially if you want to complete that like last night collection that they're starting to do now. They aren't bad and they aren't expensive. Again, 20 bucks for this idiot. I don't know how much the Studio Series one goes for, but you know what? Actually, we're gonna do a live Googling ebay.ca. Let's go Studio Series Cogman. $27. $27 for a Studio Series Cogman. Yeah, so he's not expensive. Definitely good. I would definitely recommend either of these. But that's my look at the Last Night Premiere Edition Cogman. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.